Did you just recently get married? Did you buy a house? Did you have a kid? Did you have another kid? Did you do anything that could be considered responsible lately? If you've had any one of these life-changing events, one of these milestone events in your life recently pass you by, then chances are it's in your best interest to think about why life insurance is much more important to you right now than it will ever be throughout the course of your life. There tends to be this perception with people that life insurance is something that is needed later on down the road in life. For those who are unfamiliar with the general need of it, is you're looking to protect your family, your loved ones, in the event that you are no longer there to provide for them. And the need for that providing is greatest when you're first starting out. You have so many financial commitments and responsibilities at that point in your life with a newly acquired mortgage, newly acquired kids, newly acquired wife. Chances are the order is a little mixed up right there, but you get the point. The idea behind that is that that's a lot of money, that's a lot of responsibility, and if, God forbid, you're not there to do those things for that family, who's going to do it? Who's going to provide? Are they going to be able to live comfortably or live a life that you would prefer them to live? And the thing that you have to keep in mind is that it doesn't cost that much to protect that. The first objection that I get from people who I try to discuss life insurance and the importance of protecting their family, the first thing that they're going to spit back at me is well, I have life insurance through work. And I'm going to say that's probably a bunch of nonsense because, yeah, you're going to have some life insurance through work, whether it's $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. If your job really likes you, you might have $100,000 worth of life insurance, just under $100,000. And I don't know if you've priced it lately, but it's pretty expensive to die. I know it doesn't seem like a fair gig, but that's the way things are. You're going to have to spend at least $20,000, $25,000 just to put yourself in the ground or do whatever it is that you want to do. That's even if you take the everyday low price Walmart way out and you do it as cheap as possible. It's not that cost effective to die, unfortunately. And then the next thing you have to keep in mind is we've talked about, okay, so you've got that house, you've got those kids, you've got that wife, all right? Now let's just say you bought a modestly priced house for, let's say between $150,000 and $200,000. That house mortgage is going to span generally 30 years. Let's say, you're 5 years in. What's going to happen to that mortgage payment? Can your significant other, can your spouse cover that payment on a single income, supporting however many children you decided to have? You need to provide them with enough money to support them through those years, to get the mortgage paid off, to send the kids off to college, to cover the everyday living expenses, to cover the additional care that may be required because you're not there to pick up the kids from soccer practice, or if the kids needed to go to daycare because mom has to work 2 jobs. You're going to want to leave enough money to account for, again, all the intangible things that you're not going to be there for. Watching the children, if the daycare costs are too much, whatever it is that is going to affect those children, to provide for them for the course of, we'll just say 18 to 20, 25 years, you're going to need to, again, factor that into your whole decision-making process when selecting a health insurance policy that's right for you. So if you want to add up all those responsibilities, how much is your mortgage? How much is any outstanding credit card debt? Student loans, any type of car payment, just general debt that might be floating out there. And then you want to go ahead and again, factor into the amount of money that is going to just take to cover your costs, your earnings for those years that you will not be there, and to cover the cost of your kids' future education. That's a lot of money. And the truth is that the earlier you take care of it, the cheaper it's going to be. So the longer you wait, the more you're actually going to spend, the greater risk you run of not getting insured for a price you want or insured at all. Once you get to be that 40-something couple, those kids are grown, they're raised, they're on their own, you've paid down most of your mortgage. Now, that's a time where, yeah, you're going to want to leave some money left over to the kids, to your wife, to protect them. But it's just the financial need is not as great as it would be when you're first starting out. Those are the things that you're going to want to keep in mind. That's why life insurance is so important to consider early on in your life that you're starting together as you start to build your family. And like I said, the best news of it all is that it's going to be much more affordable. It is within, $20 to $30 a month. You can adequately provide all those things that we just talked about and do it comfortably for your family for the remainder of their lives. So if you think to yourselves, well, I have enough life insurance, or I really don't need to think about it right now, you need to think again and really start adding up all the numbers that are involved in your life. And you need to see if that's going to work out financially for you or your spouse on your own. Because if it's not, then you're going to need something to cover that. Now, obviously, we're talking about something that I hope that you never even have to consider. And you're considering buying something that you hope you never even have to consider. But in the event that you do, it's always going to be nice to be able to hand somebody a check for an amount of money that will take care of all their worries and responsibilities for quite some time. And doing that for somebody is going to be one of the most important gifts that you could ever give them. So again, we do have a blog post on JingolaInsurance.com about this, linked in the description of this video. So feel free to go ahead, read on that a little bit more. And if at any point in time you feel like you want to, set up a time to discuss your life insurance options with me, we'd be happy to do so. Email me, joey@JingolaInsurance.com. Be happy to give you any information that you do need and start that evaluation process for you. So again, I'm Joey Jingola with Jingola Insurance Agency. So long, everybody.